Welcome back to Just Carve Rob. And are we ready for part two? Are you guys ready for part two? All right. Try to get everything set up here. All right, so you can see we got his face drawn on there. This wood does not like to carve with a knife very good. So might as well go ahead and cut his nose in. Like that. This whole part of cutting this nose in and these eyes in was an epic failure on my behalf. So we're just going to speed through it because none of it matters. But I'll show you my mistake. So, mistakes more than one on this guy. This wood does not like to carve with a knife. And you'd think after the first several times I tried it, I would learn something, but I didn't. Just me, not learning. That's right. So we'll just keep on going here. Speed on through this. This is at 3 times the speed, even though it doesn't really seem like it. So this goes to show you, even if you got a plan and your plan doesn't work out, you can always cut the whole head off and start over, which, believe me, on several occasions I had thought about doing that. All right, we got the Oz Plus or Oz Elite OZ micromotor with a 1/32 diamond burr in there, and we're shaping the nose with it, which doesn't matter. None of this matters because I screwed it all up. So we're running 3 times the speed, and we're just going to shape that nose. So this is what happens when you let your decisions rule you. You got to make up for your mistakes, right? Say hi to Jordy Johnson over at Carving Fusion. Sean over at Pin on Fire and Carving. Wood Psych. Go over and check out Wood Psych. Yep, this whole part was an epic failure. So don't even pay attention to it. You're just going to see my mistakes. Where were we? Oh, I Can Carve Vap over in Ireland. Say hi to him and Mark D. Maker. And Ben over at Studio on the Lake. Kevin at Sticks and Stones Wood Carving. Haven't been seeing too much out of Kevin lately. He's a busy man. He's probably getting ready to sell all them wood spirits at the flea markets. And yeah, these eyes came out terrible. Terrible. So just had to chop them out and start over. Or I had, to be honest with you, I really thought about cutting this whole head off and start over with a new head. Because this wood just does not like knives and small detail. It's got hard spots and soft spots and hard spots and soft spots. And for bigger projects, it'd be fine. But when you're dealing with, eyeballs the size of the lead of a pencil, you got like the one eye has a real soft spot in it. So every time, it didn't matter what I tried to use to carve it, it just kept chipping and breaking. So I ended up having to take this carving and put it in my lap and sit back in my recliner. My back was starting to bother me, so I couldn't take the chair no more, the carving chair. So I had to go hang out in a recliner with my knife and my MasterCarve micromotor. I got to plug in by my one recliner, so I could sit there and do a little carving. But all the camera gear is over at the workbench, so you guys really didn't get to see me put the real eyes in it, but that's a horse of another story. They're not looking too bad here, but those are not the eyes. Those are the eye mounds. I could have left it, if I wanted to, I could have left the eyes that big and just painted them, and it would have been good. But no, I had to go the extra mile and try putting eyelids and pupils, and everything just fell apart from that point. So we're cutting the mouth in. How you liking your Bigfoot so far, Amy Jo? We're giving him a big old smile. And we'll be back to visit this more and more to cut that in a little deeper. We're going to have to, because the whole face has to be pushed back after my failure here. And we're going to mess around. I should have just left it the way it was. Sometimes you just got to know when to call it, guys. You just got to say that's good enough and paint the eyes in. Painted eyes are just as good as carved eyes, in my opinion. See, at that point right there, I could have just left them eyes alone, painted them, and he would have been beautiful. But no, I had to go monkey around. Bigfoot, monkey, Bigfoot. And mess it up. So you're going to see the whole eye structure changes. So we might as well just blow on right past this area, which I think we're going to do, and move on to the next part. So you guys don't got to watch all this pain. All right, guys, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. That's all I can say. In the previous clip, you could see we're trying to put some real eyes in them. This may not have been the best wood to pick for a little Bigfoot, a mini foot, but see how it's peeling up here? We were trying for real eyes, and yeah, this just does not want to cut. And it didn't work out for us. So we ended up putting these eyes in. We had to cut all that out, so I had to come back on an angle and get rid of all that. I kind of like them better. Really pops out his cheeks. But you can see this is some scratchy wood. That's the only way I can put it, is scratchy. It's got hard spots and soft spots, and probably not the best wood for carving. There goes my knife. For carving little guys. Do is the hands. God's face cut in. We're gonna put some hands on him, some hair, and he'll be done. All right. Let's get cutting some fingers and toes in here. Draw the fingers in. And then we'll work on the toes. We're only going to give them 3 fingers and a thumb, and then we're going to just give them 3 toes. We'll divide that in 3 equal spaces down there. Doesn't matter. He's a little Bigfoot. He's only got 3 toes. Makes him easier to track that way. You know which Bigfoot you're looking for if he's only got 3 toes. All right. So we have our Dremel set up. We're going to try using the razor tip wood burner to burn his toes in with. Crank up the heat a little bit. Look at that baby glow. So we're using the razor tip wood burner to cut the stop cuts in for his toes. And we'll end up wood burning this whole guy after we get the hair cut in on him. And there you go, 3 toes. Now we're coming across the back. We're going deep because we're going to cut these toes back on an angle. And right there where that line is across the back, that's going to be where the hair on his feet are. And you can see the knife. This knife is super sharp, and you can see it's biting. So we're taking the knife in there because we're going with the grain of the wood now, and it allows us to do some rounding over. After all of the complaining I've been doing about how this doesn't want to cut with a knife, why do I continually pick up a knife to cut it with? I don't know. Old habit, I guess. Habits die hard. It just, when you're cutting across that grain, because you know that grain across his toes is like the end grain of the wood, the knife just wants to crush it. I've tried a straight push. I tried sliding the knife. There's a straight push. You can see it's just ripping the wood, just crushing it. Because for some reason, there's a soft spot on that side of the guy. But now going straight down, no problem. Pops it right off there. But sideways cut, don't want nothing to do with it. And you think I would have learned that by now. We just need to stick with the power with this wood and stay away from any of the sharp objects. Knives, chisels, gouges, all that stuff will not work on this wood. Now, if it, well, on a little guy like this. Now, a bigger guy, it'd probably be fine. I assume. I don't know. Haven't carved any real big stuff with this wood. But it does suffer from having hard and soft spots. The hard spots are like, whoa, that is hard. And the soft spots is like, where did the knife go? It just sinks right in. All right, so did I learn my lesson? Well, I think I did. I went back to the microcarver with a little tiny ball burr, carbide ball burr, very small. It's like 1/64th ball, so it's a very small ball. You can see it there. We're cutting the fingers in. And now I'm changing burrs, I think. And we have gone with the 1/8 inch diamond flame burr. We're going to shape all the toes up, clean out that where we had like a cut line there. Clean that all out. Get his toes rounded over. And then we'll cut the hair in on top of his feet. It'll all blend in. You'll see. It'll all blend in. Sooner or later, it'll all blend in. All right. So, see, Jordy's doing a lot of chainsaw carving. He wonders why his back hurts. Man, all I got to do is look at all those logs he's moving around and my back hurts. You can see we're using that diamond burr to start putting hair in on this guy. And there's no rhyme or reason how we're putting it in. We're just kind of making X's and swirls, swirls like little S's. And some places we push harder than others to give it like a layered effect. Around and then working on them toes again. And we're just kind of jumping around here as we're working on them. Sharpening up that cut line behind the toes for the hair. You can see how we're just dragging that up. And now we need to get to the fingers and get them done. There we go. Getting those fingers shaped. I would have liked to make his hands bigger than that, but I didn't. So, for some reason, all my Bigfoots have to have huge hands to match their huge feet. I guess they could be called big hands instead of Bigfoots. They could be called big hams. Big hands. And we're just diamond flame burr, 1/8 inch shaft. See, we relieved that back for his thumb. And now we're rounding off the bottom of his hand. Get that all sanded in. Nice thing about using the diamond burr is you really don't have much sanding to do afterward. It pretty much does all the cutting and the sanding. And this wood's, like I said, some spots it's ridiculous soft, and other spots it's ridiculous hard. So we're just, the diamond flame burr tends to have less bite into the soft spots. You just have to push a little bit harder for the hard spots. And we'll just shape the knuckles on the hands. Cut in there a little deeper to separate the hands from the body. This guy didn't give abs, I just gave him hair there. He's a hairy beast. He's a hairy foot. And there we go. I wood burn them. Went back and finished cutting all the hairs in and wood burn them. And that's what he came out looking like. And that's it for this one. Share, subscribe, and like if you want to. And we'll catch you on the next one. Right, Bigfoot? Rawr. Yep. All right. All right. All right, Amy Jo? All right. All right, Spike? All right. We'll catch you on the next one. All right? All right. Is that enough all rights? Bye-bye. See you later. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. Bye.